return quarterback has been everything. Today, he is close to going over 3,000 yards for this season. They feel confident with the script. They meet everything to how that looks down here on the field. Back to you.
All right, Holly. And the Gators headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. The give. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. A pickup of 6. The Bears in the hurry-up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Plows his way ahead. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. 3rd and short, they don't just get a stop. They get a tackle for loss. That sends a very clear message that they're going to be the more physical side today.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Bunch formation for these receivers. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Jones to throw. Out wide right, it's ball. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead.
I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Tight end now in motion. Trying to squeak through the pile. That defense was a wall, and I think they're going to stop him a little bit short of this 1st down. Has to have it on 4th down. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Bears call a timeout. That'll be their 1st. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. An easy call to go for it, and easier after you make it.
Yeah, we've seen it from this offense, too, throughout the season. In these types of situations, they just believe that they can make the play and they can get the push up front, and that's exactly what happened on that.
Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. Calls his own number. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
They'll move the wide receiver. Jones wants to throw it, and he avoids the sack.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And here comes the field goal unit. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Bears offense makes its way onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. There he goes! And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. And the Bears will hustle to the line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. This is a designed run. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. The Bears will line it up on 1st and 10.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Williams got it. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. Long way to go on 2nd down. A run for the quarterback. Makes the tackle. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. And the Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a 1st down. The Bears kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a 1st down on the ground, but here comes...
Snags it and he's open. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. And the Bears, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line.
And that's this guy's 3rd catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing, and as every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
On the left side, grabbed by Williams. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Looking for the score. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Jones to throw. He's going to let it go. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
Ball is loose. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. That's the end of the period. Baylor is on top as we get a look at the numbers so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. Now on the move. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage, and the defense holds.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Bears are in the hurry-up.
I like this idea by the offense going to hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Flagway wants to throw. Under pressure. Not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Back to throw. It's Flagway. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And finally, we see a little bit of that, which we talked about coming into this football game. Like, we highlighted him. He's a really good football player. They're going to feature him. He's going to make big plays. Today, the defense has absolutely shut him down. That was actually his longest carry of the day. They're going to need more of that from this offense.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Breaks the tackle. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
That's caught. It's Jackson. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
The Gators lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that thing.
Throws toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
A 3-yard gain there. It'll be 3rd and 7.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
The throw to the outside is complete. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
That's a tough pill to swallow if you're on defense. 3rd down, you're blitzing. You're expecting to be able to affect the quarterback, but give this offensive line, these guys, credit because they were able to pick everything up and give their quarterback an opportunity to throw clean from the pot.
Got enough space, and he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Florida!
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much.
This guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen, and you saw it right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll run it. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They give it to him again. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referee's signal for the 2-minute timeout.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun on 3rd down, Lagway. Complete in the middle. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. I don't blame them. They're going to keep working this guy out of the slot until somebody finds a way to stop him. Catch inside the 25. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for 2nd down. Lagway. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. Lagway from the gun on third down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears! Snagged it in the end zone and put points on the board. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Straight ahead, it's Pryor. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. The Gators moving quickly to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Caught in the backfield, it's Mays. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They want to run this quarterback. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Jones wants to throw it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you go 5 wide, man, and you spread the formation, it puts a lot of emphasis on those trenches. And those trenches have got to be good. And you got to pick up those guys up front. They didn't do it, and they're getting their quarterback hit as he throws the football.
They're all over him. And down he goes. Timeout taken by Baylor. It's 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's got an open man. There he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Gators. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And that's just such a great way to answer. Your defense just gives up a touchdown, no problem. Offense come out, see what the defense is in. The passing game makes the big play down the field and the immediate answer to get the momentum back in this football game.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Beal. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll try it over the left side. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He'll have enough for the 1st down. They'll maintain possession. We'll see if they're happy enough just to let the clock run out. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The give to the left. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that bull Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half.
Guys, we knew this would be a telling week, and Week 12 has not disappointed. Let's get you updated right away. First up, a look at James Madison taking on the number 14 team, the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
They'll run him again. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back, do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Oh, he's got some space. Lowers those pads. What a run. Gets it inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 36.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
It's complete. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
It's really easy to be a quarterback in an offense that runs the football and then runs play action. It makes it simple. It makes the reads easy. It sucks the linebackers and safeties up, or I can just make plays right behind them.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. He'll take it himself. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Gators!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And he added the extra point. And he's not going to take the touchback. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Baylor sends out the offense to go to work. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Looking for a crease to the left. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be...
Hits the afterburners! Across midfield into plus territory and finally down at the 48. And the Bears headed quickly to the line. Looking for a crease, it's Morris. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Snags it. Quick spin on the run. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He put some heat on that one down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to... stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. He'll take a deep shot here. Snags it on the right. Hits the crease. Running inside the 20. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And that's exactly how you draw it up on offense, man. You run the football, you get those bodies committed, Jesse, and you use speed out wide with a little bit of play action.
A really nice job of setting it up by the play caller, you're right. And those linebackers and safeties, they want to come down and support the run, but a really nice throw, excellent route, and they're able to connect for a massive TD.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running behind that left side. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. That's still a successful play.
Here's Lagway to pass. Rush right in his face. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Bears racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. Both of these teams still on the outside looking in at the top 25, but here are the rankings as we are winding our way toward the end of the season. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Making the adjustment. Throwing, Lagway. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Breaks into the open. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. Back to pass, it's Lagway. On the move. Slips. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
After the sack, they have their work cut out for them. Basically, they have to get it to the other side of town. Lagway wants to throw. Keeping his eyes downfield. Way off target there.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other.
Hang on just a second. I think they're going to try to get the touchdown here. Man, this could be a gamble, guys. They could come up empty. Fourth down, Lagway. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Out wide left, it's Mays. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. He threw a couple of costly interceptions in that loss last week, but a really good job to take care of the football in this one.
And Reese, at that position, you better have a short-term memory, right? Quarterbacks have to forget about it, move on, forget the mistakes. Nice job putting that behind him last week. Coming out today, putting together a great performance for his team.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Selling the fake. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Okay, guys, the Bears offense comes onto the field. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Oh, pressure's coming. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. Making the adjustment on the play. Flag wave. Look out. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. 1st and 10 for the offense. Scanning the field, it's flag wave. He tries to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Bears want to pick up the tempo. Here's Lagway to pass. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Trying to escape and get it himself. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play.
And I feel like this defense is starting to get in a rhythm and starting to feel it, right? You've seen him take off, have some success, and you know if nothing's open, he wants to run. Defense kind of locked in, didn't give up a big play there. They're kind of dialed into what's going on.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Tried to find a seam for more, but a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They're going to mark him down, and where that spot is looks as if it's going to be just a hair short of the 1st down. 4th down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. Left side is Brown. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going.
And you're seeing the best version of this guy this week, right? We know he threw 2 picks a week ago. We talked to him. He said it was a game he wanted to put behind him and just get refocused. You are seeing when he brings his A game to the park, he helps this offense be completely dynamic.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Clark. They've got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida! And the pummeling has started. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They marched 56 yards to the end zone, and it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. Coming out with it, it's Beal. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Keeps it on the ground. Turning it on. He's past the marker. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. The handoff. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. The Bears come to the line in the hurry-up. Lagway on the play action. Bought a little time, lets it go. Firing to the right, complete. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll take one last shot at the end zone. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. And here we go. Final play of the game right here.
Sweet. Booster.
He's changing the play.
Go.
Throwing, Lagway. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And the pass is incomplete, looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over.